Welcome back, Riverside, to the first episode for this semester. Today we'll cover sports, weather, and the history of Gainesville. Catch this and more on ENN.
Oh, Toledo!
Last week, Charlie Company was recognized as the honor company for the first semester of the school year 2023-2024. Cadet and leadership worked hard to achieve this goal, beating Scout by 1 citation. Congratulations. Our Academy hosts an annual giving campaign for the programs and the betterment of the Academy. Cadet Wyatt Hall has Mr. Allen the floor to learn more about the annual campaign.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
We're here to learn more about the Department of Advancement. Can you tell us some more?
Sure. The Advancement Department is here to build relationships with all of our stakeholder groups for the purpose of building financial support for Riverside. So those stakeholder groups include, faculty, staff, parents, alumni, the local community, families, it's our boards, all of our stakeholders.
Great, thank you. Can you tell us more about the annual giving campaign?
Sure. As we're building financial support, each year we kick off an annual giving campaign. And so the purpose of that is to raise money for both of our cadet programs as well as things like scholarships and athletics and academics, really all the things that you all are involved in here at the school. The annual giving program is what helps to really provide, the icing on the cake to those programs, if you will. And so it's really an important part of what we do each year. This year we kicked off our annual campaign, and our employees have stepped up to the plate. They've actually set a new goal this year with 90% of the employees at Riverside that are contributing back to Riverside through payroll deduction or just one-time donations to the school. But it's a great example of how much the school's mission means to them that they would support it in such a way. So that's 104 employees now of Riverside that are making private donations to the school, and 14 of our departments achieved 100% participation within their groups. Pretty spectacular.
Yes.
That compares to a national average of 77% for private independent schools. So you can see that why I say Riverside employees are really leading the way.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Good to see you.
This past week, the basketball varsity and JV had 3 games back-to-back, facing Bethlehem Christian, Loganville Christian, and Atlanta Jewish Academy. Sadly, with so many games, the varsity team did not find their second victory at these games. But the JV had a clutch game win against Jewish Academy. This week, basketball team faced Lakeview. The middle school and JV and varsity could not find wins at these games. This Friday, they are facing George Walton, so if you're around the area, make sure to show up and support the Eagles. The wrestling team had their dual state team competition at George Walton. The team were confident into the competition, and they took 5th place as a team. For the first time in over a decade, Riverside will be hosting the individual and team region state meets for the 2023-2024 season. This will be in the John Beaver Fieldhouse on February 2nd and 3rd. Good luck to all wrestlers and come back with a win. The rifle team has done a great job at their meets. Congratulations to Desi Newkirk, Grant Eman, Michael Capiello, Jude Colazzi, and Christopher Olmsted in celebrating their second head-to-head victory of the season. The team competed against East Hall High School at East Hall. Desi Newkirk led all scorers with an aggregated score of 227. Following close second was Grant Eman with an aggregated score of 225. Michael Capiello and Jude Colazzi both scored their personal best. Both are very new to our rifle team. Cadet Sorrells interviewed Coach Bass, the wrestling coach and India tag, who has some history here at the Academy that he would like to share. So let's hand it over to Cadet Sorrells.
Good morning, Coach Bass. How are you doing this fine morning?
Doing outstanding. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. What got you into the coaching for the wrestling team?
I started coaching with martial arts, family business, since I was 2. And after graduation from college, I went and started coaching a little bit upon coming here and teaching some martial arts as well. And it's just been really a blessing to be able to coach the very same teams that I was able to compete in while going to school here.
Has your coaching style changed over the years?
The style, I mean, you're always learning, you're always evolving, you're figuring out what works, and your teaching styles are always slightly be adjusted based on who you're coaching.
How are Riverside athletics different from regular school?
Well, I always have a soft spot in my heart for the cadets here, right? The horns, the bugles, the formations, the marching. Y'all got it harder than any of your peers your age at any other school. It's what's going on here is it's a different schedule, it's a different lifestyle. And just to be able to fit sports in, you know, the team aspects and determination and being a commitment, you know, all these things are packed into these team sports. So we still have to have that here. And I think in a sport like wrestling, you guys, you know, y'all are like diamonds in the rough, and then there's this sport, which in my mind is probably one of the most tough sports that you could play scholastically. But it is tough on you guys as being cadet athletes versus student athletes.
Thank you for your time, sir.
With the start of a new semester, new rocks arrive on campus. This semester, we received 16 new rocks on campus. They will be graduating on February the 2nd. Parents, if you can come see your rock graduate, make sure to not miss this important moment by watching the ENN live stream. Now, Cadet Mendoza has another animated History of Gainesville episode covering some dark times in American history.
After the poor performance of the 1929 stock market with its crash on what's known as Black Tuesday, rampant homeless populations, and America's bid at dissolving its third largest industry to try and become more of a purified state without alcoholism. All this accumulated into the economic downturn now known as the Great Depression. In order to alleviate this, tariffs began to be enacted onto other countries trying to ship their goods in. They all had to pay a hefty fine in order to get their goods into the United States, which caused a huge economic vacuum that destroyed the world economy for a couple of decades. Meanwhile, Europe was now starting to heat up again, as the Great Depression started to take its toll on the former European powers. But back at Gainesville, the economic downturn sure did take its toll, but infrastructure was still lively. But sooner or later, they had to ruin it. As everybody fled from the tornado, it ripped Gainesville apart, making General Sherman very happy about the tornado getting that one part that he missed in Georgia. Sandy Beaver soon enacted martial law by setting the cadets of Riverside Military Academy before the military could arrive, with sitting President FDR coming down to visit the small town. Luckily, due to his government policies, new jobs were created to help remake Gainesville, with most jobs becoming manual labor, and this happened all over the US to the point where the economy now started to grow back. But back in Europe, Nazi Germany invaded Poland in 1939, which officially started World War II. But luckily, that was not our problem. With the US officially attacked on their own soil, they went to the Allies and began drafting up plans on how to take on Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. And with the three major powers being Great Britain, the United States, and the Soviet Union, managed to put Germany down for its final time. Meanwhile, Riverside Military Academy became a military training site where senior cadets were put into service and graduated with the rank of lieutenant and other officer positions. And with that, they traveled everywhere. They went to France, they went to Italy, but where they were going, they were going to need it.
At this time, I would like to hand it over to Cadet Hall with his weather report for this week.
Good morning, Riverside. My name is Y. Hall with your weather report for this week. Today, the 26th, the high is 67 and the low is 56, with a 65% chance of rain. Tomorrow, the 27th, expect a high of 64 and a low of 49. We will have heavy thunderstorms all day. Early next week, expect highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. The beginning of the new month will bring warmer temperatures. We'll have highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. That is all for your ENN weather report this week.
That is all for this episode. Make sure to tune in to future episodes, live stream, and events. I am Juan Jose Lambert, and I will catch you this and more on ENN.